Welcome to Super Wives and Sheroes TV, where we turn the busy wives into the hot, energetic wife, where it's not just about fitness and nutrition, it's about mindset, it's about emotional strategy, it's about lifestyle strategy, and it's about living a life full of adventure and excitement. And right now, we're with the amazing, phenomenal, magnificent, awesome Kirsten Lawson, where she makes no excuses for herself. She puts in the work, she does the work, and she gets the results. So how are you today, Kirsten?
I am fantastic. I don't know that I can match your excitement, but I am going to try.
Awesome. I'm gonna give you all of this excitement, all of this energy. We're gonna pass it off, and we're gonna give you that same kind of energy. All right?
All right, sounds good.
Awesome, Kirsten. So tell us a little about what has been your experience with the 28-day, the Busy Wives 28-day transformation challenge.
Well, you know what? I am one of the rare wives that did it at home. So it was a little bit different, but it was great to be able to be held accountable to those ladies and really be involved through our Facebook group and through messaging and really reaching out and them reaching out to me. So that was a lot of fun where I had this accountability, but didn't feel like I didn't belong because I wasn't there. I was doing it from home. So that was great because I needed that motivation, that connection to keep me going and to keep me honest, because that's, it's easy to be like, yeah, I can do that, or I will do that, and then not follow through. So this was that follow through, that accountability that I needed.
Yep, awesome. And like you said, you weren't able to make the classes. You did it 100% online. So that's a different shift, and that's what we want to move to. So definitely you'll have a lot of insight for women that are going to do it online, that's not going to be able to make the classes, because that's what we're going to grow to, So when you talk about accountability, being inside the groups, connecting with people, how did anybody even know you were doing the exercises? What kind of things did you do?
Yeah, so you requested proof, and you didn't specify how I had to prove it or how I was going to do that. But so to me, proof is to show you that I'm doing it. So my husband and I went out of the way. We set up a space to do it in our house. We bought battle ropes to do it at our house. We already had some weights and things like that. So we got that all set up. And then I literally videoed every workout that I did, including my kids if they were awake and involved, because sometimes that just happened because such is life. And then we shared that video on our closed Facebook page and messaging group with everybody so they could see that I was actually doing the work. And the great thing about that is you were able to critique that and change that and help me. So places that I wasn't doing it right, even though I wasn't in the gym and I was like, I'm trying to figure it out, I'm trying to follow it, but if I wasn't sure, you were able to help that. And not just you, but the other wives did too.
Yep, awesome. And how else were you held accountable for anything else about like your nutrition, things like that?
Yeah, so in the group there was a lot of talk about, what are you eating and what are we eating, and recipes. And so that I consider myself a pretty healthy eater to begin with. So that I was like, okay, I got this. But then as I started putting things in the Fitness Pal, as I started talking through things with you and obstacles to overcome, and the other ladies, we all were battling the same thing. Like, what are we going to eat? How are we going to eat? How does that meet the things? And then we were able to share how our recipes were meeting the macros and putting them into the website and putting them into my Fitness Pal and sharing those to help us. As far as being accountable, I think like most people or most women, sometimes we want to please other people, but in the aspect of pleasing other people in this environment, we're doing it to improve ourselves. So yes, we're accountable because we want to do the right thing, but ultimately it's our benefit that's coming from that.
Yep. So because you did a phenomenal job at it. You had your videos up all the time. Your nutrition was on point most of the time. Like, you reached out if you ever had questions. You kept in contact. You did amazing at that. You did phenomenal. So everything was great. That was super great. So thank you for sharing that part, right? So What other things have you tried before you came to the 28-day transformation challenge? What other things has Kirsten Lawson tried?
I mean, I've done a lot of the different, like, let's do low carb diets, let's do keto, high fat diets. I'm currently eating vegetarian slash vegan, vegan only because of food allergies specifically. But I've kind of bounced through different ways of eating. Some that have been more successful than others, but ultimately, if you're not really eating a way that's sustainable, for me, I shouldn't say you, I would end up back with a weight or plateaued at a certain spot and wouldn't be able to get any farther than that. For exercise, that's where I fall short a lot. I don't naturally love to do exercise. I don't really like doing cardio, which is what I felt like I needed to do, was go run or walk a mile or spend time on a treadmill or an elliptical, and that's really not fun for me. So that might last for a week or 2 weeks or maybe a couple months, and then I was done with that. So that faded fast for me. The things that my husband loves to do were not the things that I love to do. So even though we were trying to keep each other accountable, again, it was pretty misery type of situation for both of us because we weren't enjoying it. So we've done a little bit of that. A little bit of different fad diets, if you will, even ones that have been around for a while, but really just finding a way that works for us in eating what we want to be able to eat in a way that fits our goals, and not necessarily eat this and don't eat that, because that obviously in the long run is not sustainable for us.
Yep. Awesome. So also I know that you're a health coach about food allergies, right? That's what it is, right? Food allergies, people with food allergies. Tell me a little bit about that. How did you come into that? What have you learned about the food allergies and stuff?
Yeah, so our family is blessed with a little boy that has a lot of food allergies. In learning this about him, we learned that myself and my other two boys and my little daughter now is just starting to show signs because she's younger, but we actually have some intolerances to foods. And so allergies are when you actually have like a reaction. So they'll break out in hives, or they throw up, or they have an anaphylactic shock, which unfortunately my son is at that level for some of the foods that he would come in contact with. And I say it's a blessing because really that changed our whole life 4 years ago when he was born, and really put us in this path of we have to do better and we have to pay attention to what goes in our bodies. We can't just go to McDonald's and shove in a burger and fries because we feel like it, or buy crappy food and that be okay, because it wasn't okay for him. And so that changed our entire lives. And I joke with people, when I first found out, I literally wanted to stab people with my fork when I saw them eating other food that I couldn't eat anymore, because I felt that loss of not being able to eat pizza and not being able to just go somewhere and grab something quick. But ultimately, that's what has put us in this place of a more healthy lifestyle, a better weight, and being aware of what we're putting in our bodies. And I think too much in our history, we would just eat whatever and anything, which led to a lot of weight gain and fatigue and hurting knees and back and things like that. So in that journey, I have decided that I want to help other families, but anybody, but my goal, or my main focus is families, work through food allergies and food intolerances. Explain what allergies were. Intolerances are just when you internally, your body has an inflammation response to that food, but you may or may not actually feel that response in the sense of like, getting sick from the food or breaking out in hives, but your body is having a response on the inside. And so your body doesn't like it, but you've learned how to deal with that. Common symptoms like that would be like people that have like IBS or intestinal issues. That's very popular, where people are like, oh, I just have this, but they don't connect it back to a food.
Awesome. So that's a lot of deep insight about, food. intolerances and food allergies that a lot of people need to know. I need to know about some of this stuff. I like learning things new. So that's super great. That's super great. Super great to know about that, because I have no idea about that stuff. That's your field right there, Kirsten. That's your world, right? So Kirsten, how was this 28-day transformation challenge different from anything else that you've tried before?
I think for me, it was the community of ladies being together. It's easy to have like, oh, I go to the gym and I work out with this one person, or my trainer does this, and that's just that, again, that one level of responsibility or accountability, which is great. But now you have this whole group of ladies that are encouraging you, that are behind you, that are holding you accountable, and that will tell you when you're wrong. Like, not in a bad way, but like, okay, that good job, but let's just do this way, because that's the better way to do it. So that community of ladies, that desire of everyone to do well, to push you forward, to hit your goals, even though their goals might be different than your goals, everyone working together in that close-knit family type situation where we all became like instantly friends, and being involved with each other, and learning details about each other's lives so we can help the other person move forward. So that was definitely different than I've ever done before. I've never done a situation like that. Battle ropes were totally new to me. I was like, what in the world is a battle rope? So that was cool. I heard about HIIT training, but I didn't really fully understand the concept of it and how it worked and how it produces fat burning afterwards. And the other thing is, I didn't have to spend an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours at the gym a couple of times a week, which I don't have time for, and kept me away from working out for a long time because I don't have time to commit that level and thinking I needed to.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And like you said, in the community too, a lot of women a lot of times reached out to you about different kind of foods that they needed to eat, and you were able to help them with different solutions, different choices, share some of the things that you knew, right?
Yes.
So it was where, like, in that community, when you're a leader like yourself, you're actually being able to actually help people that want to be helped, as opposed to being in a society where, there's a lot of people that you want to help, but people don't always want help. Some people want to stay stuck, right? Our community has a standard of excellence. Also, be encouraging. Our code of conduct, one of our code of conduct is be encouraging. That means that you do not BS other people. If it's an issue, right, if somebody's not doing something right, we want to tell them, pull them up on it. Hey, you're not doing this right. We want to watch the way we say things to people, but at the same time, when you're receiving it, you got to understand that it's always coming from a place of love. And when you understand it's always coming from a place of love, you always be able to take it in, utilize it, and improve yourself. So that's super dope. That's super great. You're amazing, Kirsten. So how does this challenge make you feel? How does it make you feel on the inside? How does it make you feel?
I'll tell you, it was great to hear about. Yeah. So I have not felt wonderful about myself or self-confidence in a long time. There will be glimpses of opportunities and times where you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I feel good today, or I look pretty today. And I feel like a lot of people, or a lot of moms or wives, feel like that too. But this challenge was great because I did it, right? Because sometimes just showing up and doing it is enough to build your confidence. But then I lost some weight. I lost some inches, probably more inches than I did weight on the scale. And I remember it was probably week 2, maybe the first day of week 3 or something like that. I was doing my hair. So, your hands are up and you're just doing your hair. And I saw definition in my arm muscle, and I was like, whoa, where did that come from? So I was super excited. Like, am I like all rippling muscles like No, but it was cool to see that. And when you saw like the measuring tape go down in size, and I was like, yes, this is awesome. So that has been fantastic. Like the program, when you start getting results, obviously that makes you more excited to continue. But also seeing the results is important because it is what's going to keep you moving forward on that journey And without that, I mean, without the program, I probably still would be the same place I was before. You know, like maybe I'd do a couple things here or there, or it's getting to be summer, so maybe I'd walk a little bit more outside. But yeah, this has really pushed me, and it was the good time and the right time to move forward. And it was exactly what you said it was going to be. It was the nutrition. It was help you put that in line within your context of your life. It was the workouts and telling you exactly what you need to do, and then you're going to get the results and the mindset to keep you there.
Yeah, because also during this whole time, you've been breastfeeding the whole time, right?
Yes.
Yep. Breastfeeding the whole time. You're dealing with the kids. Tell us a little bit about your lifestyle. Tell us about your busy lifestyle, Kirsten, so people can know there's no such thing as any excuse that anybody can have, because you don't have an excuse, right? If they saw some of the videos with you doing your exercises at home, you got the children around, like you're still doing the exercises, still being able to focus on them. Like that's amazing. So tell us a little bit about your lifestyle.
All right. Well, thank you for saying it's amazing. I feel like it's just life, right? But yeah. I have 4 little ones. Their ages are 8, 6, 4, and almost 2. Mm-hmm. And they are homeschooled, my older 2, so they're in 2nd grade and 1st grade. In fact, today is their last day of school, so they're super excited that they're done with school now for the year. So I am a mom of 4. I am a homeschooler. I work full-time as a cell phone manager, so I'm working 4 to 5 days a week out of the house. And then I also health coach 3 to 4 days a week. That's my part-time job. My husband has a full-time job as well. And then we run 1 and we attend 2 life groups through our church. Mm-hmm. So we are very active. And our boys and my husband are in Kung Fu as well. So that's 3 days a week. So we're busy, we are moving, and life happens around all of that.
Because when people say that they don't have time, Kirsten, what is it? If they don't have time, either you find it or you create it. You gotta make things happen. There's no such thing as an excuse for anything. Sometimes you may not figure it out immediately, but eventually you'll be able to figure out, as long as you continue to start moving things around. And we talk about different things, like when you're the leader, being the leader, sometimes we're taking on too many responsibilities. And when we're taking on too many responsibilities, what we need to do is start delegating things, to other people. But that wasn't your situation. Your situation was, there was no excuses about anything. You figured it out. You made it happen immediately, and that was great. Like, that was great. That was great. And especially the fact that while you're doing this in front of your children, you're setting the example that you wanted to set for them. That, you always have to be your best no matter what the situation is. If you want something, you make it happen, right?
Yes, and I love that part. I love when they're involved. My husband, the one day he was home, he was like, I'll get the kids out of your way. I'll get your kids out of your way. And I was like, no, the kids are fine. The kids need to be here. The kids can be involved. The kids can do it. Because you're right. It's an example to them. And everything that we do, they look at and they see, even when they're not old enough to tell you.
Yeah.
Like my daughter doesn't talk very much, but she can tell you a whole bunch and understands pretty much everything just by watching and doing.
Mm-hmm. Awesome, Kirsten. So, how do you feel about the coaching, Kirsten? You can be honest and genuine. How do you feel about the coaching?
So let me tell you about a guy named Joseph Evans Carter.
Who's that guy?
He is super excited all the time, loud and boisterous. And if you call him early in the morning, watch out, because he is awake and you may not be. No, it has been great. You have been phenomenal in being able to open my mind to see new possibilities, because that is part of what a coach does, is like, as I'm so involved in whatever that problem is, and I get these blinders on, right? Because we have this problem and we see it, and that's what we see. Mm-hmm. And it takes someone else on the outside, when I would call you and be like, okay, I'm stuck. Like, here is the issue. And then you'd be like, oh, wait. Let's look at it a different way. What about this over here? What about this over here? And always with such positivity, like so much. I lost the video. Hopefully you can still hear me.
I hear you.
All right. But such positivity. And of course my daughter's yelling in the background now. But positivity and excitement and showing me new possibilities, then I could get off the phone and I'd be like, oh, okay, I got this figured out now. So that was huge for me, of not getting stuck. And when I was stuck, being able to work through.
Yeah. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Great, great. Yeah, I heard it from her yourself. The coaching was amazing. I'm amazing. Yay! So, all right, now this is when we talk about a little bit of the educational part. Like, what did you actually learn? What did you learn from this 28-day transformation challenge? How did we find what you dealing with the kids and everything?
Okay, we are walking and talking because this one is screaming upstairs.
I hear her say, "Mama."
Yes, exactly. And the only way that's going to stop is if we get her.
Yeah.
So she's going to join us in this video, and then I'm going to ask you to ask that question again because I forgot what it was, or I didn't hear it very well.
Let me know when you're ready for it.
All right, come, baby. Up. It's okay.
How old is she?
She is almost 2. She's 22 months old.
Okay. She didn't want to come downstairs. She just said she's going to make you come get her. Or she don't.
We have the gate to the stairs yet.
The gate is up. Oh.
Yet. You can walk and talk, but we fall sometimes.
Yep. The
Okay, come on.
There it goes. There goes the video.
7 more.
Hello,
All right.
baby.
Now should be back up. Say hi. You can say hi. No, you can be shy. Okay, that's fine.
So the question was,
okay, so
what have you learned? What have you learned during this 28-day transformation challenge? What was the education part?
So I have learned that I was eating way too much fat before and not nearly enough protein if I wanted to get results. Mm-hmm. I also realized, because there was days that I was better with the protein than I was other days. And so I learned that I had less muscle fatigue and less recovery time when I had more protein. Mm-hmm. And what is the photo, baby? I know. And I learned about the fat burning of the HIIT training afterwards, because again, I had heard about it but didn't know a lot about that.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. What's wrong? Hold on. Let's see if we can nurse without showing everybody it.
Yeah, no.
We're good. We can do this. We're smooth. Right. That's what she wanted. She wasn't done yet. Okay.
Right, awesome. Make sure that camera is up.
Camera's up. Okay, so HIIT training, the benefits of HIIT training, learned about more protein for recovery, definitely seen the difference there. That I was eating way too much fat, learned that. Trying to think what else I learned. Some mindset stuff as far as like being a leader, as far as setting goals. Sorry, things are not coming to me right now.
Yep, that's perfectly fine. It's whatever you can think of at that time. And those is great answers. About the what is it called? Excess post. Oh man, post-exercise oxygen consumption. Pretty much what happens with high-intensity interval trainings, when you're doing the right kind of high-intensity interval trainings, you continue to burn calories for anywhere from 24 to 48 calories during that 12 minutes that you took to do the high-intensity interval training, as opposed to when you work out and do steady-state cardio for an hour, those are the only calories that you burn. The protein intake, we need that for recovery and muscle growth. And if we burn in too many calories at one time, what happens is right then and there we start going right into that protein, and it's not beneficial to our muscles, which is beneficial to our body composition. Being a leader, just like you are the leader, you stepped up major in that, because you are an inspiration to me. You were inspiration to so many others, doing everything that you're doing. Like right now, you doing everything that you do, and you make no excuses for it. So That's what everybody needs to see. That's the Kirsten that everybody needs to know. That's the Kirsten that I'll follow. That's the Kirsten that anybody else will follow. Then say, oh no, I can't do this video. I have to nurse. Or oh no, I can't. I don't know what to do because the baby needs to be fed. No, handle it. Do what you're doing. Keep it moving. Get the job done.
Yep.
You know, that's the approach that you want to have in every area of your life. So that's amazing, right? So, Kirsten, tell us about, your transformation pictures are amazing. So pretty much tell us about some of the results that you've seen within the 28 days.
Yeah, so I was stuck at this plateau. I was at 165 to 166 pounds, and I have been that way for the last 6 months, and I could not budge that scale no matter what I would do. I might see a pound or two down and then back up again. And I was frustrated when I reached out to you the very first time. So I am glad to say that this morning I am 159 pounds and I've been down. So like I said, not a huge scale victory as some people might think, but for me, for being stuck for 6 months and to have, 5, 6, 7 pounds, depending on what day you looked at it, off was amazing because again, I didn't want to be stuck anymore.
Yeah.
I lost an inch around my waist and I lost about 3/4 of an inch off my hips. And that's where I carry a lot of my weight, and which so that was nice. So my belt, I was able to show a picture on our Facebook group. I think it was week 2. My belt is on the tightest hole now. In fact, my husband made me extra holes a while ago when I was losing weight, but it's on the tightest one now. So now I have to buy a new belt.
Awesome.
We'll take that. I'll take a new belt. And body fat percentage is down by, it's like 1.5%. It was 35 point something when we started. It's right at like 34.2 now.
Yep.
So that was a good improvement. And then the other thing.
Oh, hold on.
Sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
It tells you metabolic age, and mine was 50. I am not 50, and I was really, really upset about it telling me I was 50. So it now says that I'm 48, which again is way off of my age, but I'm moving the right direction.
Yeah. And the thing is, you were nursing, you were eating a lot more calories than the normal person was. So nothing was going to be normal for you. Nothing was going to be normal for you. And your pictures are amazing. Your belly went down, your back went down, your arms went down. I'm pretty sure you had all of the energy in the world. So in 5, 6, 7 pounds, I think you said 6 pounds, like 5 point something, 6 pounds. What was it?
Yeah. It depends on the day, but yeah, between 5 and 7 pounds.
Okay, 5 and 7 pounds is great as well. That means you're losing anywhere from 1 to 1.5 pounds every week. The average people are, not even in your situation. They're losing 2 to 3 pounds a week. So you're right in there, and it's not always about the weight, especially in your situation. It was pretty much about getting your energy back. It was about being able to change your body composition. And yes, moving the scale a little bit, because that's what this challenge was about. And we figured it out. We had to go through so many different things, like figuring out what kind of nutrition was going to work for you, how you were going to make your eating lifestyle work, right? So when it comes to, people saying, well, I don't know what to eat, that's when we go down to our other code of conduct, when we got to say, be resourceful. Where have I looked? What have I tried? What am I willing to do outside of my comfort zone? You stepped out of your comfort zone so many times, like, okay, all right, I'm going to step out of my comfort zone. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try that. But you was able to stick to, the things that your eating lifestyle, right?
Right. Yeah.
We didn't have to throw no food intolerances in there, right?
Nope. They're all set up.
Right. Awesome. So, the last but not least question, Kirsten Lawson, would you recommend this 28-day transformation challenge to any other women or wives?
Yes. In fact, I've told multiple people about it already. So yes, we are making things happen and growing, because this is fantastic and everyone needs to feel this level of community.